Good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss about the components of cells in different organisms. So all cells varies in shape, size, and in the numbers also. So all cells do not have the same organelles. So we can see the various kinds of different kinds of cells, and on the basis of the number of cells, organisms are of two types, unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular means one organism is made up of one cell. Example, amoeba, paramecium, euglena. So here the pictures are shown, amoeba, paramecium and euglena. These are the unicellular organism, and the single cell performs all the activities of their body. So that's why they are called as unicellular organism. So let us proceed to the next page. The components of cells in different organisms. Cells are of varied shapes, sizes and numbers. All cells do not have the same organelles. So you have observed two very different kinds of cells, that is hen egg, which resemble the animal cell, and the cells from the onion peel, which resemble the plant cells. So when you see the hen egg, you will see the egg yolk. So egg yolk is called as the nucleus, and the white albumin, which resemble the protein, is same as the cytoplasm. Whereas in the onion peel, you will see the compartment of cells having the nucleus in the dot-like structures. So hen egg resemble the animal cells, and the onion peel resemble the plant cells. There are many organisms on the earth that have one cell in their body. These organisms make up for the group called Protista. Underline this word, Protista. The group, actually Protista is included in the family Protozoa. But since they are the unicellular organism, that's why they are included in one group that is called Protista. So Protista are the group of protozoans which are unicellular. So examples are amoeba, euglena and paramecium. So these are the unicellular organism. Bacteria are also unicellular in nature. However, most of the bacteria do not have a well organized nucleus with a proper nuclear membrane. Such organisms are regarded as the most primitive and are said to be prokaryotic. So prokaryotic means organisms which do not have a well organized nucleus with a proper nuclear membrane. So that's why such organisms are said as the primitive and called as the prokaryotic. Example will be bacteria and blue-green algae. Whereas all the other cells have a proper nucleus. They are called as eukaryotic. So eukaryotic will have the proper nucleus. So all the cells of plants and animals are eukaryotic in nature. So, however, cells in plants and animals demonstrate some major differences. So, there are three main differences, three or four differences found in the plant and the animal cells. But in common, they have the cell membrane, they will have the nucleus, mitochondria, Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. But only difference is that the plant cells have a fixed shape, and that fixed shape is provided by the cell wall. So an additional hard rigid covering is present outside the plasma called the cell wall, which is present only in the plant cell, not in animal cells. So cell wall is absent in animal cells but is present in plant cells. And this cell wall is not the living part, it is the dead part of the cell and is made up of cellulose. That's why it gives the toughness, the mechanical strength to the plant and also give a fixed shape. Whereas in animal cells, no cell wall is present. Number 2, the mature plant cell shows a huge central vacuole, and you know vacuole is used as the storage of cell sap. So in plant cells, the vacuoles are what? Huge central. Whereas in animal cells, it may be absent or in small in size. So this is about the vacuole. Next we have the plastid, which is also another important characters of the plant cells organelle. Plant cells have a special organelle which is called plastid, and inside the plastid we have the chloroplast. So plastics give color to plants. So it is inside the plastid that chlorophyll is present, that plays a vital role in the process of photosynthesis. Plastid are called as the kitchen of the cell because it contains the chloroplast, and chloroplast contains the chlorophyll which gives the green color as well as helps in the process of photosynthesis. Plastids are absent in animal cells. Next we have the centrosome. Centrosome is not present in plant cell but it is present in animal cells. This is the special organelle found in only in animal cells, not in plant cells. Centrosome helps in cell division, and actually this centrosomes produces the chromosomes. So centrosome helps in the formation of spindle fiber and also in the cell division as well as in the formation of chromosome. Important character present in the animal cells. So that was the differences between the plant cells and the animal cells. So plastid you will study in the next class. That's all.